Hi, and welcome back here on the Senior Network. We are now joined by Tamara Watson of Hospice Care of the Lowcountry, Clinical Director. Glad to have you.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Our buddy Sean Waldo with Comfort Keepers. Good to see you again.
Thank you guys for having me back.
Not his first rodeo.
No, indeed.
Exactly.
I know Sean, before the show came on, we were just talking about aging and the process and healthy aging, because that's different. Tell us a little bit about what you meant by that.
So what we mean is, so if you think about it, as people are getting older, there's usually best practices that are associated with those folks, things that you can do to kind of extend their lifestyle going forward, as opposed to, getting in a situation where their life may not end the way that they want it foresee it, or even their loved ones foresee it. So what we mean is, like exercising more regularly.
Okay.
Better sleeping patterns.
Got it.
Socializing more with whether loved ones or people in your community, whoever it may be. Things along those lines that kind of keep you extending that lifestyle on.
Is isolation an issue with aging and lack of mobility? Things
Very
like
much
that?
so. We see a lot of that in our business from a home care, home health side. The socialization factor of people really needing that and don't realize how much they need that a lot of times.
But don't you think sometimes, again, I always refer to my mom and dad who are 89 and 90, sometimes it's just more difficult to get out. I don't know that they're
From a physical standpoint?
Maybe it's not that they're purposefully isolating. How does home health counter that, if you will?
So in multiple ways, right? So we're looking at folks that are actually helping those seniors out, but try to match someone that has a pretty vivacious personality with that individual, kind of sparking them to come out of their shell maybe. So for those folks who, they don't choose not to be isolated, but maybe need a little more prodding, then we kind of want to make sure that the personality kind of fits along those lines. Then other things we also mention as well is, if you have relatives that are around, simply talk to your grandkids.
Grandkids.
It's like when my grandkids, my kids talk with their grandparents, it really kind of sparks them to kind of keep thinking. Get their minds going, the blood circulating, and it keeps them kind of active with those folks.
Well, even bringing it full circle to hospice, is isolation something that a lot of your patients are concerned with, or their loved ones?
Oh yeah, that's why as a team with hospice, the whole team approach, bringing in social workers, chaplains, we try to bring it all in. We've got volunteers that help with the socialization piece, along with pet therapy, music therapy. So we try to bring it to a person's home, and we work very closely with a lot of the home health care agencies too.
Well, I think that's so interesting, because you're talking about family, you're talking about family, and family can mean a lot of things to a lot of different people. If they don't necessarily have to be blood relatives, they can just be people that you feel connected to.
Right.
And
it brings up a great point thinking about the hospice, because I think a lot of people don't realize this. An average hospice patient, what does that look like?
Yeah.
Are they homebound? Are they out and about in the community?
The stigma, I think, back in the day was that you had to be on your deathbed to be on hospice. But nowadays, and with home health care agencies, with caregivers, our hospice patients are out. Trying to go to dinner and movies.
Live life.
Yeah, before their diagnosis. They want to get back to that baseline. And with hospice coming in, controlling their symptoms, supporting them so they are able to do that and tolerate that. And then we've got caregivers too, and family members that can support them in that too.
Can you elaborate more about what your actual patient looks like? Who is this patient?
Yes, it's not, unfortunately, disease doesn't have an age number anymore. We've got a lot of young families with small children. There's a lot of people in their 40s, 50s that still are active. And like I said before, we try to come in and help manage their symptoms to give them a better quality of life.
Now, with Comfort Keepers, is that something that you would do also with home health? Again, we think of it as for elderly, but is it much more comprehensive than that?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's not a segmented of just seniors. It's segmented people that are impaired that need assistance. They can be as young as 18, can go up as far as you want it to be, but it's never just segmented on one particular group of people.
I'm going to continue this because it's really interesting. We don't really talk a lot about that, but we need to take a quick break. We'll be right back.